There are so many wonderful destinations just waiting to be explored right outside your back door.
We will travel to uncover the people, places, and products that give our region its unique heritage. On our journey, you're likely to learn something new or find a new favorite, all while having a lot of fun in the process.
Not only will you get to join me on these virtual adventures,
but you'll also get your very own local guide who will teach you how to go local right where you live. So whether you decide to travel to a nearby city or stay in your very own town,
you'll learn how to become a local traveler.
Coming up on The Local Traveler, we head to a nature retreat that you might expect to be in the heart of a remote forest, but is actually just minutes from downtown. Ijams Nature Center in Knoxville, Tennessee boasts a slew of hiking trails, diverse wildlife, water sports, and spectacular landscapes. We get back in touch with nature and explore the great outdoors. It's all coming up on The Local Traveler. Today, we're going to explore Ijams Nature Center, which has 300 acres of protected wildlife habitats and natural areas. The center's located only 3 miles from downtown Knoxville and includes 10 miles of trails, rock formations, ponds, lakes, and stunning overlooks.
Let's go inside and check out our inner naturalists and see what this urban wilderness oasis has to offer. I hear there are plenty of flowers, animals, and canoes. Oh my. So I'm here today with Sarah Brobst, and you're the coordinator and general manager of the gift shop, and you do like special events and
I do.
Woman of many talents.
I do a little bit of everything here at Ijams.
And you actually might remember her. It was amazing when I was talking about filming here because she was on our show before. You also have a jewelry shop and talent.
I do. I create salvaged, recycled jewelry out of old found bits and pieces, and I was on your show for that. And now I'm here.
That's right. Well, tell me a little bit about this. You walk in and it's impressive. There's lots of nature right here in the visitor center.
Exactly. You walk through the doors and immediately you have like a lost species exhibit, and you have a history exhibit, and you see, you might see a billion camp kids running by. So that's another form of nature with all the kids here. And then we have an exhibit hall right down the hallway, and there's more history and natural history and tons of live species of educational animals that we have here at Ijams.
What I love about it, it's really a service, right? I mean, there's no charge to come.
No, we run on donations. We are a nonprofit, so we just want people to come out and enjoy, and we have everything from areas where you can picnic. We have super easy hikes. If you have strollers or wheelchair accessible ones, we have those. If you want to get down and dirty and adventurous, we have Olive Meads Quarry and Ross Marble Quarries to just, hike up the ridges and go on the topsy-turvy trails that the mountain bikers have created. So we have over 12 miles of trails. We have trails that go right next to the Tennessee River. We have Meads Quarry Lake. We have ponds and everything else that you can imagine, all in our 300 acres here.
Right, yeah, right off downtown. So it really is this kind of urban wilderness retreat. You don't have to go far, but it's a totally different world here.
It is, and most people, they think of it as like the little gem of Knoxville because it's kind of hidden, it's tucked away, but 5 minutes from here you could go downtown to Market Square and enjoy any of the fine foods that are down there, the shopping, but you can come and just get away, whether you want to just sit and read a book over next to the pond and listen to the bullfrogs, Or you could take a serene hike down next to the river and go check out the caves and stuff that we have down there.
Yeah, there really is such a great spectrum. I mean, you can be just kind of the reluctant hiker, you know, and just go on the easy trails, or like the you know, like, serious like
trail
Ironman.
running, like I'm gonna run all 12 miles of the Ijams trails and then do the Urban Wilderness Loop, which is a greater 35 miles of trails. So I mean, we have, you know, Dirty Bird runs, and we were having a zombie 5K this fall. So really, you know, you can go all crazy, or you can just be like, I'm just hiking the trail.
That's right. I'm just gonna look at a few flowers. And
good. I like flowers.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for the day. Can you show me a little bit around the visitor center?
Most certainly.
Ijams Nature Center has been called an urban playground to hikers, trail runners, mountain bikers, and paddlers. There are miles of diverse trails here. You can hike in a tranquil setting on the riverside of the park with plenty of songbirds and wildflowers. Or really roll up your sleeves and try the rugged terrain of the quarry and natural area trail system. There you'll find a sparkling quarry lake, unique rock formations, and scenic overlooks. The mature woodland section of the Nature Center is home to a variety of wildlife and birds. It's no wonder that birds find this area a safe haven. It was created with that purpose in mind by Harry and Alice Ijams. The couple purchased the center's original 20 acres in 1910 for their home and developed it into a natural showplace known as the Bird Sanctuary.
I'm here with Peg Boydie, and you're a naturalist at Ijams.
Yes, ma'am.
And you actually get a fun job of working with the animals.
It's a great job. It's a great job. You can't complain when you can lay on your belly and catch tadpoles all day. It's good.
That's a good way to spend your life, really.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about that. I mean, part of what you do here is it's educational for children and adults, really.
Right. Well, the park is open all the time to anybody who wants to come, but we do offer a lot of specific programming for kids, for adults, for families. Depending on the time of year, it could be about frogs, it could be about owls, it could be about bats, where we go through the park and try to find those animals or signs of those animals. So we offer a lot of educational programs during the school year. Thousands of kids come out here for field trips, all ages, and everything is very specific for them. They have a curriculum that we follow, and we are an educational facility. That's what we think of ourselves as. But it is a park open to everybody all the time to come out, enjoy, and we hope to sneak in a little bit of education there.
Sure. Well, do the people have any favorite animals that they see, or do you have a favorite kind of lesson plan with an animal?
Well, we have several animals in captivity here that are injured in some way, and that's their education animals for us. And we have snakes and turtles, which the kids love. Now adults, snakes, that's not always a good
Why did it have to be snakes?
Yeah. So we have some birds as well, some beautiful birds that are injured. They're healthy, but they could not survive out in the wild because either they can't fly or they have some kind of visual impairment. So we have a lot of animals that we show to people with the idea that they'll learn about them and learn how to protect them, and they get a close-up look.
Well, I understand you have some owls, and that's a favorite, I'm sure.
Well, people love owls. They think of them, they have kind of a human look on their face,
right.
And I think that's why people are kind of drawn to them. And they're nocturnal, so you don't see them a lot. You might hear them, but maybe not see them. So we do have two screech owls here, and a great horned owl as well.
Well, we're fortunate because I see Sarah off the wings here with an owl that can come and show us.
Yeah. This is one of our eastern screech owls.
Wow, those eyes are really just kind of magnetic. I mean,
you know, our eye is shaped like a ball, called an eyeball. Their eye is shaped like a frisbee. It's like a disc.
Okay.
And it has all of this coloration to reflect light. And because they are nocturnal, they need that extra light.
I think she's winking at me. I love how it's independent, like the eyelids are not like ours.
Right. They move independently of one another. Mm-hmm. And they have an eyelid that comes up from the center as well.
Well, I'm excited to see some more.
Great. Well, we're excited to show you everything so that you can experience all of Ijams.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we see more of the natural beauty the scenic downtown Knoxville destination has to offer. and we might even employ the use of a paddle. It's all coming up next on The Local Traveler. Today, we're exploring the rolling woodlands of Ijams Nature Center in Knoxville. They offer an array of exhibits, a museum store, and over 10 miles of trails to hike. After a tour of the visitor center and an introduction to some of the wildlife that call this urban retreat their home, it's time to blaze a trail and uncover the splendid landscape here.
So I'm here with Stephen Lynn Bales, senior naturalist at Ijams Nature Center. There are so many beautiful just plant life and flowers and horticulture on these trails. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about Ijams. We've grown to be 300 acres and we really have 7 different habitat types. We have woodlands, we have meadows, we have ponds, creeks, even the Tennessee River borders us, and now the Great Meads Quarry Lake, which is a 25-acre, essentially a man-made lake. And so depending on the habitat type you're at the time, then you look for the particular flowers and the birds and the wildlife that might be there. Early in the woods, and I know we're going to walk in the woods later, early in the spring, all the spring ephemerals come up because they have to bloom before the leaves are on the trees. That's their moment in the sun. We're talking trilliums and jackanapes pulpits and lady slippers and mayaples. They're long gone. Here we're just in June and those flowers are gone. All the flowering now kind of moves out to the meadows so they can stay in the sun. So the meadows are now bursting with color.
That's great. Well, and you have different hikes to really capitalize on those different kind of geographical areas,
Yes.
and then also different times of year.
Yes, probably the most popular trail is a river trail because it passes through the woods and along bottomland before it gets to a cliff right along the Tennessee River, which borders us to the north. And there's a boardwalk built there, so you're literally walking just a few feet above the water. It's a gorgeous trail, but it enters several habitat types, and so depending on where you start in the woods, you virtually end up in the woods at the end. But for a long time there, you're along the river, and it's very hot, and you see in the summertime, of course, and the Tennessee River is beautiful. And we're really located right where the Holston River and the French Broad River come together to create the Tennessee River. So the beginning of the Tennessee is just upstream from Ijams.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, and I know we were talking a little bit earlier, but you are so close to downtown.
Right.
You have the urban sounds,
Right.
airports, you know, vehicles, things like that, but you can literally feel like you're lost in the forest here, right?
Oh, exactly. We really do get people. Ijams is really a network of trails. There's not, I think the longest trail on Ijams is 1 mile, so it's not a very long trail, but it's really a network. You literally can go spend hours and just kind of walking around the maze and visit the different habitat types. And now Ijams is part of it's really the portal for the Knoxville Urban Wilderness, which is a network of 40 miles of trails that pass through state land, county land, and city land. And we do have people that come kind of get lost sometimes on the network, and they may only be just, you know, 1/10 of a mile from the visitor center, and they think they've been out for an hour and think they're really lost, and they'll call us on the cell phone. We don't know where we're at, and we'll say, describe where you're at.
Yeah.
And oh, no, you're just on the other side, just other side of the hill from the nature center, just come up and over. So that's the beauty of Ijams. We are 3 miles from downtown Knoxville. And you can hear that with the planes and even a train occasionally. But it is 300 acres now, and there's plenty of places just to get lost. You can just find a nice tree and sit down and watch the clouds fly by, or the river go by.
Well, I'm glad I have you as my hike expert, so I don't get lost out there, but I understand we're going to take a hike together.
We're going to take a hike together, and I've been here 15 years, so if I get lost, we're in trouble.
Let's go.
Let's
do
go.
it.
Trying to capture all the beauty Ijams Nature Center has to offer in just one day is nearly impossible. However, there are plenty of talented photographers that have captured much of the magnificent natural artistry of the area. Ijams showcases their work with a rotating hallway gallery. This month, they are exhibiting the work of local photographer Rex McDaniel. His breathtaking images also help support the Nature Center. a portion of his profits will go directly back to Ijams. Now that we've seen some of these natural wonders on foot, it's time to get wet. River Sports, in partnership with Ijams, offers canoes, paddleboards, and kayaks for rent so that you can experience the beauty of Meads Quarry Lake from the water. Ijams Nature Center believes that through direct experience with the outdoors, all people will appreciate and care for the natural world. They hope to encourage stewardship by providing an urban green space for people to learn about and enjoy the outdoors through engaging experiences.
Well, this certainly is an exhilarating way to get back in touch with nature. Ijams Nature Center has a little something for everyone. So the next time you're ready to discover your inner naturalist, make sure and add Ijams Nature Center to your local travelers list.
Coming up on The Local Traveler, we check out a brand new restaurant in downtown Knoxville that serves up some tasty craft burgers. As a matter of fact, this has become one of my favorite hamburger joints, but I'm not the only one. The community has also embraced them, as evidenced by their recent Best of Knoxville awards. Stock and Barrel prides itself on their use of local products and seriously innovative menu options. Plus, did I mention their wall of bourbon and creative cocktail creations? You don't want to miss this new and delicious eatery. Your tummy and taste buds will thank you. It's all coming up on The Local Traveler. To learn more about the show, please visit us online at localtraveler.com. Special thanks to Holiday Inn World's Fair Park, perfect for business or leisure travel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Knoxville.